Good evening. Tonight, the Board of Education welcomes you here so that we can hear the opinions and input from students on items of interest to them. Speakers will be allotted 2 minutes each. You may not allocate your time to others. The light in front of me will flash yellow when you have 30 seconds remaining. It will turn red and a tone will sound when your time is up. I will call individuals in groups of 5. Please come forward and have a seat at the witness tables while you wait your turn to speak. The board asks that comments remain civil and appropriate for the various audiences that may be watching or viewing this forum. Student-specific and personnel matters are confidential and cannot be discussed in this forum. It is generally not the board's practice to engage in question and answer session with speakers. For the record, please give your name before speaking. Handouts should be given to the board assistant. Tonight's forum is being broadcast live on AACPS TV, which can be found on Channel 96 on Comcast and Astound and Channel 36 on Verizon. High-definition broadcast can be seen on Channel 996 on Comcast, Channel 496 on Astound, and Channel 2136 on Verizon. Thank you for attending. And so now we're going to be doing our in-person comment first. I'm going to call up the following individuals. First of all, Ethan Ford, Sukina Kirmani, Heidi Lauman, Abigail Kanu, and Asher Bakley. Come on down. Our first speaker, Ethan Ford. Okay. Sukina Kirmani. Sukina, good evening.
Turn on your mic.
Good evening, President Silkworth, Dr. Bedell, and members of the board. My name is Sukena Kermani, and I'm in 8th grade at Arundel Middle School. First of all, I would like to thank the board for giving students this opportunity to share and address their concerns of things that are happening within their schools. My concern today is student safety. Student safety is a big problem everywhere. The biggest concern from parents is their child's safety in schools. According to wisevoter.com, there have been 56 school shootings in the past year in Maryland. Mostly all the threats, violent fights, weapon usage, and destruction of property is happening in middle schools. This is because middle schools don't have the right level of punishment as high schools do. High schools also have sports, clubs, and other organizations that have certain behavior obligations. With these obligations in mind, students are mindful of their behavior and actions so they can stay in the organization. A solution for the violence in middle schools could be adding clubs, athletics, and different organizations that have these behavior obligations. Although this will not stop the violence completely, it can decrease the chances. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Heidi?
Hi, I'm Heidi Lauman, and I am in 6th grade at Chesapeake Bay Middle School. I wanted to start a USA club, but when my mom emailed the principal, she was told I had to find a teacher to run it because the teachers control all the clubs. I think it's unfair that there's an LGBTQ plus club that has 2 teachers that are running it, and I can't start a club that represents me and 5 other students. My mom also emailed about having flags that represent me and my club. In my school. She was told that the teachers also control the flags. I see pride flags posted all over the school. My question as an AACPS student is why I can't have flags in the school that represent me. The school teaches about being kind and respectful to everyone, but it seems that the school is representing only one group of students. I hope my message finds you and concerns you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Abigail? Okay. Abigail Kanu? Mhm.
No, see, he's not even. All right, let's keep going.
I don't know what we're supposed to do because I just got here.
Well, if you could move the mic a little bit closer to you, and then we would be happy to hear whatever comments you have to tell us tonight.
I really like reading, and reading is the best because you get to learn things that you want to know about. Like if I wanted to learn about flowers, then I could learn about flowers. And
What grade are you in, and what school do you go to?
I go to Point Pleasant Elementary, and I am in 3rd grade.
You can say anything you want to tell us about your school, about things that you like, about what you would like to see in your school.
I would like to go on a lot of field trips because I think field trips are fun.
I think we all agree with that. What's your favorite subject?
Math. Math is easy.
Oh, it is. Do you think we all found it easy? Okay. Do you have a piece of advice for us?
Yes.
Would you like to share it with us?
Mhm.
We're going to be listening to you, my dear. Whatever you would like to tell us.
I came here to talk about reading and the importance about reading. And one reason about reading is it helps you with your vocabulary words and to find things you don't know about things, like facts.
Thank you so much. We greatly appreciate your advice. So thank you so much. And reading is important. Thank you.
Thank
Okay. Uh, tough act to follow. Let me see. Asher Bakley.
Hello, my name is Asher Bakley, and I go to Crofton Middle School and I'm in the and am the 6th grade representative. I come here today to speak about the iReady digital program and the middle school schedule. Firstly, about iReady, it is a very slow and tedious program. It has trouble stepping things out so that students can learn better, and it also goes all over the place, and you can do the same lesson multiple times. There is no curriculum attached to it, and it has no relation to what students are learning in class. Lastly, the number you get once finishing the diagnostic is confusing and has parents struggling to see where their student is in relation to where they should be. In conclusion, I believe that iReady Math and iReady Reading are not an adequate way to use taxpayer funding, and the Board of Education should discontinue paying for it. Now, the school schedule. I appreciate the board's attempt to help students get more rest. However, the current schedule results in middle schoolers getting home too late. Because of bus schedules, most middle schoolers do not get home until almost 5 p.m. This forces them to rush to after-school commitments. There is also limited time with family because the other schools get out so early, and the balancing act between family and homework. In the winter time, especially with the schedule, by the time most people get home, the sun is already setting, which limits time outside, which is bad for children's health. I am calling on you today to fix both of these problems and to do it efficiently. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you all. We're going to be calling up another group. Thank you all. So next we're calling up Lucy Wendell, Michaela Gonzalez, Lena Abdul Shahid, Chloe Zakarski. and I believe it's Adeline Carlson. So Lucy.
Hello, my name is Lucy Windle. I go to Arundel Middle and I'm an 8th grader, and today I'd like to discuss student recreational time and its direct coordination to student success and health. Recently, in many middle schools, including my own, we have had our flex time taken from us and replaced with much less time in advisory. During advisory in many schools, students are being assigned lessons and schedules such as second steps, school expectations, and just busy work. But that only leaves us with 1, maybe 2 days for students to have their own time. This makes redos, clubs, and homework very difficult to complete. In fact, the National Institutes of Health promote leisure time such as flex in school to be extremely effective towards student productivity and mental health increase. In order to change this trend, I have 2 suggestions that could be mandated. I suggest we begin regulating and shortening these filler lessons. Many students need the time they are taking, and others do not even care to listen, taking either from personal or school activities. The second proposal is mandating our flex period back. This was an important and preferred part of the day when we had it. It gave students many academic and social activities. It also gave students an important break from constant work and learning. As an 8th grader, I saw this firsthand, from having flex every single day in 6th grade to every other week in 7th, and now none in 8th. I can truly say the effects it has had. Students are more stressed and overwhelmed, including I myself. I have watched students' grades drop and these students struggle, and I strongly feel we need to work towards a compromise or solution to grow this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Michaela Gonzalez. Okay. Is it Lena Abdush?
Abdushahid, yes.
Shahid.
Okay, good evening. I'm Lena Abdushahid, and I'm currently a sophomore at Arundel High School. After hearing stories from other students and comparing my experience in middle school, I've come to the assumption that fighting and misconduct may be more common within middle schools. This could be due to the lack of consequences for middle school students involved in fighting and other acts of misconduct. One situation I witnessed was when 2 students started to fight in the hallway during class. One student picked the other one up and slammed them into a locker. Even though teachers intervened, this interrupted class time and created a disruptive learning environment. In contrast to high school students, some fights occur occasionally, but there are more serious consequences for fighting and misconduct that can affect students' future, including removal from extracurricular activities, prohibited participation in senior activities, the risk of not getting into college/trade schools, etc. However, in middle school, students may only receive a light punishment such as suspension, which they may not take seriously. This is also the case for academics, as some students may not put in effort or care about their grades since they believe middle school grades do not matter. Therefore, we must hold middle school students accountable for their actions and teach them that their actions have consequences. They must understand the significance of taking their education seriously and that their grades matter as they form the foundation of their academic success. I urge the board to join me in raising awareness of this important issue and to take steps in support of the middle school learning environment. We must ensure that our future generation is well prepared to face the challenges they will incur in high school and beyond. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, Chloe Sikarsky. Chloe. Okay. Adeline.
Hello, I'm Adeline Carlson. I'm an 8th grade student at Chesapeake Bay Middle School. I'm here today to talk about a recurring issue that I and many others behind me have been dealing with. As you may know, school violence, bad behavior, and even middle school students' grades in Anne Arundel County public schools negatively differentiate from students in high school. This is due to the fact that middle school students aren't held accountable like high school students are. In middle schools, there's minor, insignificant consequences for students' behavior, such as suspensions, referrals, and so on. I do understand there isn't much more as a county we can do to fix these students' behaviors, but one thing we can do is act on the consequences. For example, we could transfer suspensions or referrals into high school transcripts. Consequently, students would not only realize that the result of their actions are much more serious, but they would also realize that their actions are not okay. Another possible change that could be made is making after-school clubs, sports, or overall any events. These events would be seen as a privilege. Only students that have not played any part in bad behavior for a certain amount of time can participate. At my school, along with many other schools, there's a dance company. A few of my friends are in it, and I can tell it's motivating them to be better students so that they can participate in the events. I've heard about many other counties that already do this and already add other extracurricular after-school activities, and I think it would be a great attribute. Now the grade differential. As I mentioned, the decline in middle school students' grades compared to high school students is a substantial decrease. One change I think we can make to see a difference in middle schoolers' work ethic is to build on more credited courses earlier in middle school. If we did this, students would be more determined to put effort in for a good grade. I know this because I take Algebra 1 as an 8th grader, which, as you know, is a high school credited course. Speaking for me and my classmates, I definitely value that grade over any other grade because I know the importance of it. If this is put into our program, students would value their class time much more and learn how to really put effort into a class. By making these changes, middle school violence, bullying, even grades could all be benefited. If you as our county could do this for us, I know for a fact we could all collectively see middle schoolers become more motivated to be there, giving middle school more importance overall.
Thank you. Thank you all. Before we move on to the virtual, are there any students in the room at this point in time who would like to speak to us? Okay. So we're going to move on to the virtual student comment portion. We have maybe 5 individuals to speak to us this evening. Our first speaker will be Dimimu Onasanya.
Hello, Dr. Bedell. All protocols observed. My name is Demimo Anasaya. I'm a 5th grader from Cape St. Clair Elementary. I have 2 issues I want to speak about tonight. The first is about a program called Second Step. Second Step is not needed among older grades because of its repetition. Repetition is something that you can find in Second Step because of students miss cherished activities and routine ones for Second Step lessons. Because of this, they don't take those lessons seriously, and that's a waste of their time. The second issue, I would like those excess lessons to cease or reduce. The second issue I'd like to talk about is my school safety. The first problem with that is our school's parking lot ramp is damaged and is not usable, and that makes it hard for cars to go in and out safely. The second issue is an area near the school's drop-off and pick-off area. Parents and little children converse and play there, and to avoid any accidents, I would like to ask for a sort of barrier between the road and that area. I would also like to ask for the repairment of that ramp. Thank you and good night.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Carolyn Newman. And I don't believe Carolyn's with us. Tice Allard. Okay, Tice is not with us. How about Rosalia Mariah? Okay, Rosalia.
Go ahead now. Go ahead.
Good evening, Rosalia.
Hello.
Hello, Rosalia.
Rosalina.
When you're ready, we'd like to hear from
Great.
you.
And the reason why I'm here is because in Scholastics, when I tried to purchase a book, I could not, even though I had money in my account. And the other kids got to purchase a book but me.
Do you have anything else to tell us, Rosalia? What school do you go to?
Cape St. Clair,
And what grade are you in?
3rd.
Okay, how are things going?
Um,
Other than the fact you couldn't buy the book.
Everything's going good.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to tell us about your school or about what advice you might like to give to us?
That's it.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We hope to hear from you again. Okay. Our next speaker is Gabrielle Freeman. And I don't believe that Gabrielle is with us this evening. So once again, is there anyone else in the room that would like to speak this evening?
President Silkworth?
Yes.
Maybe we could ask see if we could reach out to the folks who were not able to make it. You know, whether it was transportation or IT issues, maybe our office could reach out and just say, hey, can you submit the writ? Because most everybody had something written down.
Yes.
And that's always a good exercise. And
We can certainly do that.
thank you.
So we want to thank everybody that did speak to us this evening. Thank you so much. We look forward to hearing from you again sometime in the future. So please drive safely. Have a great evening. So take care.